show me what to do. Help me save him," came Diana's solemn prayer as she leapt into the churning waters. Liquid cold, the likes of which she had never experienced before, easily enveloped her being. A frozen dreamland it was, beyond length and breadth of time. Diana forced herself to move forward, even though her limbs felt unequal to the task. Where was Daniel? Why couldn't she see him? How strange that the entire surroundings appeared to blend into one shade of ebony. That was when the water took command, pouring into her nose and mouth until she was forced to gasp for air. "Danny, Danny, where are you?" she screamed as a wave slapped against her face. A bitter length of silence proved her only response. "Please, help me see him." The plea echoed inside her brain. Within the span of a heartbeat, a soft, familiar light filtered through the darkness. It folded Daniel in a warm embrace, illuminating his half-drowned silhouette. The poor soul was struggling to keep his head above the water with the aid of his good arm. Diana's heart beat a little faster. The length of a few feet separated them from each other. She had to narrow the gap, and then... "Diana!" Daniel gasped up upon seeing his sister's approach. "You'll have to help me. I can't swim. I think I broke my arm. Can you hold on to me with the other?" Daniel tried to reach out, but his whole body felt as if it were devoid of muscle. He was just beginning to sink below the surface when Diana threw her arms around him. A thankful cough sputtered in appreciation was his only reply. "You must help him to the shore," the bodiless voice supplied, spurring her onward. "I can't see it," the desperate girl cried. "Can you show me?" The mysterious light answered her question by gently illuminating the mark. Thankfully, the rocky beach appeared to be no more than a few feet away. With a great deal of effort, brother and sister slowly moved forward, struggling against the endless waves that pelted their tender skin. Diana did all she could to keep Daniel's head clear of the water, for it soon became apparent that he had lost consciousness. The final yards seemed an eternity, but somehow she made it to the shoreline. It was then she recognized the pull of invisible hands upon her tiny frame. Utilizing every last bit of strength she possessed, Diana hoisted Daniel's sodden body out of the water. It was not until then, and not until he collapsed on the muddy bank, that she let go. "Now I can relax. Now my work is done." Down she drifted, down into the murky depths of Crescent Lake, seemingly lost and alone. It was cool there and surprisingly still. The laws of science told her that she must be sinking toward the bottom. Why then did the journey take so long? Something she could not quite identify was slowing her progress. It was then she heard the familiar voice at her ear. Diana's eyes flashed open. Now she understood. A pair of hands controlled her very movements with graceful precision. The question was, to whom did they belong? "Where am I? What is happening to me?" Diana knew she had not spoken the words, but still they screamed for answers within her brain. "We are almost there, my lady," came a soothing, albeit unexpected reply. Suddenly the hands released Diana, leaving her completely alone. It was then she saw the bright light found so often in Dreamspell. Where it had come from she could hardly tell. A subtle pricking at the back of her neck forced Diana to turn around. Instead of encountering her mysterious guide, she found a dark cavern, completely devoid of light. It appeared to be the polar opposite of the familiar blue glow she had come to know so well. Unlike the brilliant sphere, this yawning chasm took the liberty of pulling her forward toward its unseen recesses. Diana demanded her release, unwilling to explore the hypnotic tunnel until she better understood this altered state of existence. Thankfully, it complied, and she found herself in command once more. Turning back toward the light, a new wonder met her eyes. The brilliant orb had begun to pulsate like the steady beating of a heart. How strange it appeared. How strange and utterly beautiful. The light was actually whispering to Diana, telling her to enter. For some reason, it was imperative she do so. Unfortunately, Diana could not imagine how this feat might be accomplished, since there appeared to be no visible entrance. Should she simply walk in and hope for the best? The light shot out. It must have sensed her confusion. This was hardly an inappropriate reaction, as the sensation that touched her stabbed much like a jolt of electricity. Feeling somewhat abashed, Diana asked the energy current to touch her again. This time she allowed its power to filter through her very soul. There was a sense of rising, of lengthening, of undergoing an expansion that connected her with the whole of existence. She was one with the universe, one with creation. And now she could soar.